I've been thinking about death.
Now there's a conversation killer.
I'm serious, Derrick. I've had a lot of time to think while you were in hospital.
The doctor said I made a complete recovery. A remarkable...
Remarkable physical specimen for your age. I know all that.
We've made the wills, we've talked to the children, made all the arrangements. I mean, nothing left to think about, is there?
I've been thinking we should get a pair of those mobility scooters.
What?
Now let me finish.
You know how I hate those things. They're a bloody menace.
Do you think it was easy pushing you in that wheelchair?
That was different.
It's not like pushing a pram, you know. I'm not a young mum anymore.
Well, I'm hardly a drooling baby.
Not yet.
Ah,
Oh, sorry, Derrick. I hope you never will be, nor me. I hope we slip off together in our sleep, arm in arm and cheek by cheek.
very romantic.
I think so, truly I do. But it's not very likely, is it? Do you know, I read in the Observer that only 1 in 10 people die at home. What are the odds for the two of us, together in our sleep? Oh, for most it's a long drawn-out process, hooked up to machines in a hospital ward, surrounded by strangers.
I fail to see what this has to do with mobility scooters.
Well, I thought we could get a pair, his and hers, and then if one of us got really ill, if it was something really bad, we could take them down to Beachy Head and drive off the cliff together while we still had the choice.
You want to ride mobility scooters off Beachy Head?
Like Thelma and Louise.
Who?
The film. Oh, you remember? Susan Sarandon and Gina Davis.
Oh, God, for a minute there I thought you were being serious.
Oh, I'm perfectly serious. I realised they were in a convertible and it was the Grand Canyon or something, but you're not allowed to drive anymore, are you? And I don't think I'd trust myself to get to Eastbourne, let alone drive off the cliff. Besides, think of the mess the car would make, all that petrol pouring into the sea.
Oh, yeah, that's the messy part.
I've studied the alternatives. You know, Swiss clinics and such. But they're not very romantic, are they?
Not like mobility scooters.
And they're very expensive. I'd rather leave our savings to the children.
Very prudent.
Now, the scooters don't cost much. I found a pair on eBay for £400.
You love a bargain.
It would be so much easier for the children that way. God knows they're busy enough with their careers and the grandchildren. They wouldn't have to care for us, watch us wasting away in hospital. We could make a day of it. Book a room in a pub. Do you remember the one where we had lunch on the U3A trip?
Oh, the Lion's Inn. Yeah, they did pull a lovely pint there.
You see? We could have a night canoodling in a hotel room, go for a morning stroll on the downs, have a pub lunch, a few beers for courage, then drive off the cliff together at sunset.
Very romantic.
You always liked Thelma and Louise.
Well, Louise I liked. I don't know about Thelma. Or was it the other way around? Which one was Gina Davis?
It would look like a tragic accident. 2 old dears who couldn't hold their liquor in charge of mobility scooters.
Bless.
It wouldn't look like suicide, so there'd be less consequences for the children. Well, they would be shocked, of course, but that would soon pass. And then all their memories of us would remain unsullied by the withering canker of slow decay. What do you think?
Very nice turn of phrase.
What do you think of the plan?
I think it's a marvellous plan, darling. You've clearly done your research. You'll order the scooters immediately.
I'm serious, Derrick.
In that case, I think you've got off your nut. Either there's real alcohol in that rum and raisin ice cream, or you've been spending far too much time at home alone.
I missed you.
I missed you too.
I missed you every minute of every day. I'm not afraid of dying, Derrick. I just don't much fancy living without you. I know you don't like to talk about such things, but having shared so much together, wouldn't it be lovely if we could share everything undiminished, right up to the very end? Oh, now look what you've done. You've got an ice cream moustache.
If it could be anywhere, I don't mean mobility scooters off Beachy Head, but anywhere in the world, any way you could wish for, what would it be?
That's easy. Right here with you, just as we are. Surrounded by children and dogs.